Radio Rahim here with legendary Oscar De La Hoya promoter. I'm starting to get used to saying that, Oscar. You know, we're here for the Khan fight. We're here for Garcia. But we all know that Peterson's dropped out, and we haven't heard anything from him. I want to know what the relationship is like with Golden Boy and Lamont Peterson now.
Well, the obviously relationship is what it is. I haven't heard from him. We obviously wish him all the best. I really don't know what the status is on him. So we feel that, look, the positive testing, he's paying for the consequences, and you know that's what happens when you do something that is illegal in the sport of boxing.
Being that you're obviously one of the very few premier promoters in this sport, have you considered making the testing mandatory for your fights? I mean, just across the board for Golden Boy fights?
No, we haven't. I believe it's more complicated than that. I believe it's very expensive also. If you want to test everyone, it's up to the fighters. And I believe now there's a trend going on where you have the likes of Amir Khan and Floyd Mayweather, who are the sort of ambassadors of making sure that boxing is clean and continues to stay clean. You know, this is not a negative. This is a positive for the sport, and I sure hope that one day boxing will have mandatory drug testing in the near future.
You mentioned Floyd Mayweather. Obviously, he's been the pioneer of that line of thinking. You've also announced a very likely rematch between Mayweather and Cotto for December. Can you talk to me about how that came about and why you think that's a good bout to put on?
Well, I mean, if both fighters wanna step inside that same squared circle, then obviously we believe it'll be a great fight once again. A lot of people didn't expect Miguel Cotto to give Mayweather such a tremendous hard fight. What we witnessed was a Miguel Cotto who was strong, who was determined to beat and be the first to beat Floyd Mayweather. So why not do it, you know, a second time? I think it'll be a great fight.
Turning to one of the other reasons why these fights that you put together sometimes fall out. Sometimes fighters can't get over that hump to get to the big payday again. And of course I'm talking about Victor Ortiz and his not being able to be successful in his recent fight to get to Canelo Alvarez. So everyone's speculating on who Alvarez is going to fight, but I'd like to talk to you about, again, what is your relationship with Victor now, and how do you feel about him not coming out for that 10th round? He's taken a lot of criticism for it. You being a world champion, what's your view of it?
Well, now that I know all the facts, and obviously people don't know the facts, he did the right thing. I think when you have two serious breaks on your jaw and you're bleeding internally, and the possibility of dying, you know, inside that squared circle, you know, he did the right call, and you know, it was a hard fight, a tough fight, and Victor Ortiz showed a tremendous heart. He fought with a broken jaw for, I believe, 4 or 5 rounds. I believe he did the right call, and he'll live to fight another day, which is important, and I believe that Victor will come back.
Given your druthers, best case scenario, perfect world, with those who have already been eliminated, who would be your first choice for Canelo Alvarez on the 15th?
Nobody.
He'd rather just sit around and watch the fights with him?
Well, Canelo has a long list of fighters that want to fight him, and we will make that decision shortly.
Is there anybody on his list that you would like to move him towards, or say, hey, maybe this is a good time to fight this guy?
No, he leaves it up to us, and we will be making that announcement shortly. But whoever it is, I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be huge.
Now, for years, since you've been promoting, you've owned September 15th. That's been Oscar De La Hoya's night, you know, Mexican Independence Day, the whole thing. Now Bob Arum has put a fight up against yours on the very same night. First of all, how do you feel about that? And do you think that that's somewhat personal?
Well, of course it's personal, but we're going to continue to stage our show live from the MGM. We feel Canelo Alvarez is a megastar. We feel that date, obviously we reserved it first. We have the MGM. The fact that they are going to the Thomas and Mack Center, we wish them all the best. Go out there and do your show, and we'll do our show. And I believe that on Saturday night, September 15th, a lot of fans will be able to watch a lot of boxing on TV that night. So, which is great for the sport.
I'm not even going to ask you because I know you want to beat him in the numbers that night. There's no question about that. Do you feel like with the fights that you were able to put together now with Alvarez, you'll be able to beat that card that Top Rank's putting on?
Well, let's put it this way. I don't care or even think about what Top Rank is doing. All I care is what we're doing, Golden Boy Promotions. I'm solely now focusing on just our company and making sure we put on the best fights possible and making sure that we match up the best against the best, just like we're doing here with Amir Khan and Danny Garcia. And as long as we can continue to do that, then boxing will be able to revitalize itself to a sport where people want to watch and can't wait to watch. So we're a young company. We're a company that has many years ahead of ours to promote and to make the best fights happen. And so we're just going to focus on what we're doing, and everyone else, hey, best of luck to you.
One of the things that you're doing that's made some big noise here recently, you've announced a desire to put on a competition tournament of 154 pounders. Talk to me about how that came about, why you think that's a good tournament, and who should be in it.
Well, the way it comes about is I just thought about it, and we feel that it's the right moment. We feel that we have all the best 154 pounders out there. And why not stage a tournament to create excitement for the division, to create excitement for boxing? The fans love it. I just threw out the idea, and we are getting tremendous response from the world. So will it happen? When is it going to happen? If it does happen, I believe it will happen. I don't know when, but it's going to happen, and we at Golden Boy are going to make that happen.
Who do you think should be in that tournament? I'm assuming you're going to go outside of Golden Boy for the competition. So, who should participate?
All the best 154 pounders. I mean, you name it. Obviously you have guys like Bundridge and Trout and Lara. You have everyone out there who can fight in this great tournament. I mean, if you can have the best fighting the best, and that's what boxing is all about. That's what Golden Boy is all about.
So are you going to go out and pursue fighters outside of Golden Boy to participate in this tournament to make it legitimate, make it what it should be?
Well, we have no problem working with anybody. If anybody wants to participate, we have no problem with working with any promoter out there. So we've always stood by our philosophy of just making the best fights possible, no matter who you're with, no matter what promotional outfit you're with. Golden Boy is always willing to make the best fights happen for the fans.
And last question, Oscar, with all of these decisions that have come down, I asked you this last time we were together, you felt like Bob Arum was the problem, why you couldn't clean up the sport when it comes to things like horrible decisions in boxing. Now that it clearly isn't abating, is there anything that you feel like you could do independently as Golden Boy, as Oscar De La Hoya, to improve upon this cancer on the sport?
Well, once, like I said, once that we continue to make the best fights happen, once that we solely focus on what we're doing, and what we're doing is the right thing for the sport. What we're doing is creating excitement for boxing. Everything else will take care of itself. Look, I'm 39. My matchmaker is 38. My CEO is 50. My PR people, all my companies, we're young. We're We're hard workers. We're going to continue doing this forever.
You're looking to outlive the problem.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Oscar. I really appreciate it. Radio Rahim with Oscar De La Hoya.